Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Marco Trades. Recording another video for today's price action. Today is Thursday, December 26th. Of course, I would never live trade during the Christmas holiday. I don't advise it. And I'd also like to say that I'm not a financial advisor, so take everything I have to say with a grain of salt. But today, we're just gonna go through the price action and just kind of get a better idea of trades that I would have placed in today's market. So just a simple back testing day. I already told you guys my time to place a trade is between 10 and 11:30. So also keep that in mind whilst we're going through. Okay. All right. So first thing we like to do is we like to look for the liquidity today. So areas of liquidity. Let's just put our horizontal lines. So for example, this is a low right here. So we would mark out this as our sell side. One thing that just comes to my eyesight is this fair value gap and this one here as well. Let me just check it on a 30-minute. Yeah, it's definitely more defined on the 30-minute. So I'm just gonna mark it out so you guys can see this as well. This is why it's important to go through your charts and find these higher time frame narratives, because when you actually do find these things on the higher time frame, it gives you more insight on like what's happening today. Like, yeah, the market's going up and down, but like what's actually what's going on, like. So we see just mark out the buy side liquidity. You can say this level is kind of buy side. I usually would just mark out the top here, but just for the sake of the video and seeing that price didn't touch there anyways today, this would be the initial buy side. Okay, let me just go on the okay, and then this would have been like major buy side if we got up there. So I'll just mark that out as well. Marking out the charts is very important. It also gives you more insight and ideas of where price is targeting, because we do know that price moves from areas of liquidity to inefficiencies, and that's how we make more informed decisions about where the market's heading. So let's see. So then I like to go down to maybe my 5 or my 1 minute channel and just see what happened in price action. So let's go to the 1 minute so we could get the exact times. Okay, guys, so going through today's price action, as we can see on the open, in the opening range, we went for sell side with this sharp displacement downwards, taking out sell side liquidity here and into this 30-minute fair value gap. Our time for trading is 10 o'clock, but as you can see in the 9:50 macro, which would just be between the time period of 9:50 and 10 minutes after 10. So in that time period, we see displacement to the upside. This could be rather normal at this point. This does not have to mean there's a change in market structure. Price could displace into this. This could, if price displaced into here, this could have been like an order block to keep price down, and then price could have pushed down more. But these are the types of things we have to know when we're trading. So what I like to see is not just the displacement, but the forming of structure to the upside as well. So we see here we got displacement, 3 big green candles, and then this one down close candle. This would be fair value gap here. I'm also gonna let you guys know what you should be doing in these situations, and I know myself, so based on what I know about myself, what I would have done. All right, so, and I'm gonna mark this out too. So this is what I would have tried to place my entry off of, this fair value gap here. Like we said, guys, fair value gaps are made of three consecutive candles, leaving a gap open in the middle. When I first learned about the fair value gap, I thought a fair value gap could only really be like 3 green candles or like 3 red, or in this case, I mark my charts up as blue, 3 blue candles to the downside. But it's not true. It could also be formed with down close candles and up close candles, just as long as there is the gap in price. So I would have been long off of this area right here. And as we can see, we tapped into this fair value gaps. Wicks can do the damage, so the wicks colored a little bit outside of the line, but that's fine. And then we had this retracement. Around this area, my stop probably would have been here at this candle's low, and I would have been taken out. Now, within my time frame, I take about 2 to 3 trades. So if I was taken out on that first one, it would be completely fine. I would be looking just for another entry, right? Somebody who is rushing in the market might see this and say, hey, this is a fair value gap, which is a very small fair value gap. And that would be a terrible trade in itself. But there's somebody who's going to take the trade off of tapping into this fair value gap, thinking this move is to take out major lows. But remember, we already took out the low for the day, and we had the displacements at the upside with the structures at the upside. So when you see this happening, what you have to be aware of is not only the fair value gap here, which is why it's important to annotate your chart, but also the order block right here, which is propelling price upwards. So the next opportunity that I would be looking to take part in, since this didn't happen, with this displacement move and this close this high, if I'm looking for an aggressive entry into the market, I would have entered off of this candle's low. But that's just a more aggressive entry. If we're talking about an ideal entry to get into the markets, this fair value gap, drag across, we tapped in, huge rejection, I'm in there. Now, if you want to know how much points that is off of this trade, and I'm just letting you know, in my strategy, I'm a modest trader. I'm not aiming for daily ranges or anything like that. I'm just aiming for the low-hanging fruit, as ICT likes to call it, because at this phase in my development, I feel safe that way. Like it feels like it makes sense to me, and I wouldn't want to do anything to like jeopardize my account. But as we can see, 156 ticks. I'm not gonna show you like this whole stop loss. Well, actually, maybe I should. This candle's open. It's where my stop loss would be. My stop loss preference is about 40 to 50 ticks. And so right here is a comfortable spot for me, aiming for 156 ticks to take out this high. Let me do the calculations. 156 times $5, $750. $180 trade. NQ longs. Is it between my time frame? Yep. So I would actually, let me put it here, I would be out here. So yeah, between 10 and 11. No, actually no, it's this one. 10 and 11:30, yeah. Between 10 and 11:30. So that trade right there would have been a bread and butter setup. So yeah, guys. Also, one thing to keep in note, the first move of the day usually isn't the direction that the day is going to go in. It's usually just a move to take out liquidity before moving in its intended direction. So as we can see here with this move down here, this is just to take out liquidities resting at sell side. Because like I said, the market isn't designed for you to win. It's designed for you to lose. We took out sell side liquidity right here. Anybody resting their stop at these lows got obliterated. And then we move to the upside. We usually have like a reversal like around 10 o'clock. So that's why most traders forming their strategies, like they'll trade between 10 and 11:30, because that's when the intended move of the day is happening. And that's why I like that time too, because being honest, if you're trying to place a trade like at 9:30 open, you're most likely going to get destroyed in the market. Some people may get lucky a few times and maybe profit because they got the direction right on a few days, but long term, that's no way to be. Unless you know or have some sort of strategy for 9:30, then that's completely fine on you. But I don't, so I'm not gonna partake in that. So yeah, guys, this would have been just like I said, just back testing, and I actually wanna be able to paper trade with you guys, and especially when like on my eval account, like show you guys my trades from my eval account. But until I get that all set up, and until it's January, I won't bother. I'll just like back test and stuff like that, and like forward tests. Like if I'm on whilst market open, like maybe tomorrow I might drop a video, who knows. But yeah, so we're just back testing, and like I said, 10 o'clock daily move. We're just gonna show you guys how I trade more, and like you learned in the last video, like it's all about those like fair value gaps, different PD arrays that ICT teaches. Yeah, it just gives more information and more insight, especially like this medium threshold. If I see a candle doesn't close below there, I'm like, yeah, super bullish in this case, or like super bearish depending on the direction. But I'm going to head out, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed my video, if there's anything I can do to work on it. Let me know anything you guys would like to learn, or just how I can help you be a better trader. I want to create a community where we all feel comfortable talking about learning trading, because in this industry it isn't the easiest. It's very hard, especially like seeing like your first few years at trading. You probably won't be profitable, you probably won't be successful, and the amount of mental strain like you have to go through just to actually make it like somewhere where it's like oh, okay, this shit's paying off, like that shit is a lot. And then even when you become profitable, like you have your own like set of problems then too, like, so having a community around you and like people that support you and actually want to see you do good, because like I want to see you guys do good, I want to do good too. Like I feel like everybody should eat, so building a community is really strong, and it's really good, and I think it'll be beneficial for your trading, because when you're telling, like for example, you might tell your parents, hey, this is something that I want to do, and they won't believe in you, or like, because I know my grandmother, she still thinks this is gambling, so she said I shouldn't spend any money on it, which, and obviously it's gambling if you make it gambling, but I'm not a gambler, I'm a trader. So in a world where like, you know, the fam don't believe in your dreams, a community like this will help definitely reinforce, you know, positive thinking and positive mindsets. All right, I'm gonna end the video for today, guys. Peace.